Hello, beautiful people. I hope that you are doing well. So, today's topic is one that I'm really excited about. It's super fun. It is about how to show your man that you appreciate him, but in a feminine way. So, a lot of the times, we as women, we like to treat men how we want to be treated. But they're different. they're not like us. So they want different things. Um and so we need to show them appreciation differently than how they might show us. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this depending on who you are and how you are and how he is and all of that. So I'm not saying that this is something that has to apply for every situation. You take it, you tailor it to yours, and then you run with it. But we sometimes want men to be clones of us, and my dear, they are not. They are not. So I'm gonna jump right into how you can show your man that you appreciate him. And this is for men that really identify as masculine men, proud of their masculinity, proud of being a provider, really wants you flowing in your feminine energy. This is for those men, not for the men that maybe have a little bit more feminine energy, maybe even match your feminine energy. Like they might want something different. But for the men that revel in their masculinity, love to provide, 6 ways to show them your appreciation. And who knows, I might come up with more. Okay, so one, this is a really big one, tone of voice. Men pay attention to body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, touch. They are very visual, so they look at all of that. And I know tone of voice is audio, but it all plays into that feminine energy. So when you talk to your man, talk to him with sweetness in your voice. Talk to him with gentleness in your voice. Talk to him like you are happy that he's around, that he's in your life. And like with the softness, he will really feel like you appreciate him and you appreciate his masculinity, and it will welcome him in to your presence. So if you are rah rah, people say rah rah, um, always wanting to argue, always wanting to be, difficult and just really give him a hard time, he's not going to feel appreciated. He's going to feel like you don't appreciate him. He's going to feel like you don't see his efforts. So keep a sweet tone of voice. And honestly, even if you have to say something that, maybe is like a little bit of a correction, if you do it with gentleness and a sweet tone of voice, he'll be able to receive it. So, general rule, sweet, soft tone of voice. Watch your temperament. He will feel appreciated by you, my love. Okay, my next tip, be interested in his interests. So you don't need to but what I'm saying is, for example, if you know that, like, let's say your guy is from another country and his first language is not your first language, then learn some of his first language. Listen to the music, show him that you know his song, throw out a couple words, parlez-vous français or whatever, habla español, or, you know, be interested in what he's interested in, because you want to get to know him. And this applies if you just met him, if you've been with him, if you married him, whatever. You want to continue to be interested in your man's interests. If you know that he's into sports, learn a little bit about that sport. Maybe spend some time with him while he watches and enjoys it. This helps him feel like you see him and you care about what he cares about and you appreciate him. So show interest in his interests. Okay, so the next one, use specific verbal affirmation, right? So, you know how, like, with children, people might say, "Oh my God, you're such a good boy," or you're bad or whatever. Like, it's very general, and a child is not able to specifically correct or address whatever it is that you're saying, versus you saying like, "Oh my God, you did a good job picking up that toy." Now he knows, "Oh, she liked that I picked up the toy, let me do that." So that's just how human beings are in general, and that is how your man is, more than likely. So be very specific with your praise. Let's say not only if he's doing this well, but if you want him to do it more, the provider thing, right? He provides in some kind of way. Then when you give him verbal affirmation, you want to be very specific and say, "I love the way you provide for me. I love that you pay for dinner when we go out. It makes me feel so special," or "You're such a gentleman. Thank you for holding the door. Like, you're such a gentleman." Like, very specific on what you appreciate about him. And you don't need to say this like all the time, and like every single little thing that he does, where it can feel like, okay, like you're just saying it to say it. But really being intentional, definitely try to say something every day, I would say, but something that's thoughtful, that you really mean, and that you want him to know you are taking notice. Thank you. Thank you, my love, for dot dot dot. So give that man verbal affirmation. The next thing, let me see, I got it written down so I don't forget. Get too excited and go off on a tangent. Okay, small displays of physical affection. So know your man. Know him. Know what he likes. What one man might like, another one may not. However, little things like like a gentle touch on the shoulder, or a little gentle touch on the head, or touch those arms. um just subtle, nothing where this is not even like where you're about to get it in. This is just like little displays of affection, or like um get a little close to him sometimes. Like, these different things, these different physical displays of affection will make him feel appreciated, like welcomed into your space, and really drive up that masculine energy while you just be in your feminine, soft, flowy self. So show him small displays of physical affection. Whatever that looks like for you, you apply it. Okay, the next one, um, thoughtful gifts. Okay, so a man that likes to provide, like he thrives off of it, he doesn't want you to try to match his energy with the gift giving and the providing. He wants to be the main one doing it. So please, ladies, let your man give to you. Let him provide if he wants to do that. What you do is your small gifts are like thoughtful gifts that he will know you thought about him, you paid attention to him. And they don't need to be all the time. They don't need to be every day, every week even, but just little things here and there that let him know, oh, she's thinking about me, she appreciates me. So for example, let's say you're married, you're living with your husband, and you just want to cook his favorite meal. He comes home, and let's say you get home before him, so you can do it. You cook his favorite meal. He walks in the door. He sees his favorite meal on the table. Baby, like, you just touched that man's heart. You thought about him. You surprised him with something that he's gonna love, and it's like a labor of love. So things like that, or like a little note that he can read later on, that you like slip in his bag or something like that. Just like little thoughtful gestures. You're not trying to spoil him the way that he spoils you. That's his thing, that's what he likes. but just little things to say like, I appreciate you, I see you. You know, another example. So like for my ladies that maybe that are dating, let's say your guy wants to, or even if you're not dating, even if you're married, but he sends you money for anything, like just because. And you use that money to go to the store and buy a pair of shoes. Then when you go to the store, take a picture of the pair of shoes and say thank you for what you bought me and send it to him. So that's a little gift, but that's also like verbal. So some of these things are interchangeable, but the idea is that you're surprising him with things. So little small gestures, little small gifts, not to the scale where he would give to you, but little things that you know he will appreciate. You made his favorite drink and you gave it to him to take with him to work. You know, these different things, or like maybe for his birthday you got an autograph, or not, maybe not an autograph, but like a, I'm trying to think of this, oh, like an album that you framed of like his favorite artists. Thoughtful small gestures, he will feel appreciated. And then my last one, which I've already touched on a little bit, are pictures. Sending pictures of the things that his money has helped you get. Sending pictures of yourself throughout the day, like not every hour of the day, but just like headed to the gym in your cute outfit, you know, little things like that, like that he doesn't necessarily see coming, but like it'll lighten him up when it touches his phone. Um, those sorts of things. So 6 tips to show your man that you appreciate him. I will do a little recap so you know exactly what they are. So tone of voice, be mindful of your tone of voice. Make sure that it's sweet and like pleasant, where you're actually happy to be talking to him. And you're just showing so much affection through your tone of voice. The next one is interest. Be interested in his interest, not because you're trying to fake like you like something, but because you want to show him that I care about what you care about. Give him specific verbal affirmation. Think about the specific things that he's doing to take care of you and thank him for it. Give him small displays of affection. You know, if you're standing in line, touch his arm, um, you know, rub his head a little bit, give him a hug or a kiss on the cheek, like little small displays of affection that just continue to reinforce that you're into him and that he's doing a good job. Thoughtful small gifts, that can be cooking a meal, that can be little notes, you know, his favorite candy that you decided to give him for dessert after dinner, not in large quantities, not every day, kind of sporadic. Intention. Is it? Okay. Is it going? Okay, I'm back. Woo! Just these little things to say thank you. So cut out on me a little bit. That's all right. I hope that you got the message. I hope that you enjoy them. And just because it cut out a little bit, I will list these things in the comments so that you can take this and run with it and have fun with your man. You know, men are great. They have different strengths than we do, and that should be celebrated and appreciated and honored. So for your masculine man who loves to provide for you, show him that you appreciate him in these feminine ways. Have an amazing